It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. In this game, we'll see Toronto against the Magic. Well, for Orlando, after splitting their first two games of the season, tonight's game gives them a chance to get their record over the 500 mark and maybe get a little momentum on their side. Here in the early part of the season, Kenny, we've already seen a few teams outperform.
Let's meet your Toronto starting lineup. The other four.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Last outing for Orlando, the loss to the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
But you have to give them credit for being aggressive. The problem is they played too much hero ball. You have to be willing to make the extra pass.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Bamba is out there with Chris. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Evan Fournier. And it's Niang in at the small forward position. Covington with the steal. Here's Skinny. Passes it to Cobb. Here is Skinny. And in the early part of the season, Steve, teams are usually at their healthiest. How do you maintain that healthy factor throughout the long season?
You know, I love what these organizations are doing, and also players individually. They're getting their rest. They're having the individual trainers on the side. Nutrition has played a huge role right now. And I think for a lot of the younger guys, you can't be afraid to ask the veteran what he's doing. And I think that's what a lot of the veterans right now are taking these young guys under their wing and not only teaching them the skill level on the court, but how to maintain their bodies throughout the season. He likes to work that in-between area, upset with himself that he couldn't connect.
And Fournier kicks to Chris. Schroeder looking around. Aston Niang. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
First trip to the line for him here. And so he makes both from the line.
Taking advantage at the charity stripe like he always does. Terrific touch.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here is Skinny. He's coming off a 19-point game against Cleveland.
Skinny!
You know, another way he impacted the game was forcing turnovers. Really disrupted the offensive flow.
It's been a quick start for Orlando. It's a 5-point game. Schroeder against Levine. The drive by Schroeder. It's not going to go for him. So the Raptors will take it the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year, they came out on the losing end. And guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Makeable shot for him. Number gets called, and he goes ahead and delivers.
Now, here's Fournier. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Fournier's got his first points in this one.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
Right. No reason to take it all the way to the rack. Instead, take what the defense allows.
To the paint. Stolen by Bamba. Nobody near Schroeder. Bamba kicks to Fournier. Drains the three-pointer. Fournier's got 5 points so far.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here is Skinny. He's guarded by Schroeder. The pass to Covington. Here is Skinny. And he
Skinny!
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. So it's Orlando now, after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Toronto trails by 8. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Toronto shooting their first free throws of the game. And the first one at the line is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
It's a luxury to have a big man who can shoot free throws this way.
Schroeder passes to Chris. Here's Niang. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Hard to maintain your discipline, but obviously this was the game plan coming in, and they're carrying it out.
To the middle, it's tipped. Left side, Levine. And Levine throws it down.
You see the acceleration of Levine on the dribble drive. That's hard to contain.
Orlando leading by 6. Schroeder kicks to Niang. Pass to Bamba. Here's Chris. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Chris has got 5 points so far. For Toronto, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here is Skinny. He's guarded by Schroeder. Covington passes to Skinny. Back to Covington. Just 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by the Magic.
And watching Robert Covington and how he plays out there, great 3-and-D guy, the ultimate role player on a team, and he just gels well with his teammates and doesn't force shots.
And it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Skinny. He's guarded by Schroeder. Pulls up on the elbow.
In building this lead,
Lawrence, come!
The defensive sequences with the backboard, that has been key.
You have to box him out or he's going to beat you to the glass on both sides of the floor.
Bamba kicks to Fournier. Inside. Bamba's shot is off.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision.
Toronto working the ball around now. Levine passes to Skinny. And that one. Skinny's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now Schroeder. 23 points for him the last game against Charlotte. Here's Niang. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. 6 points for him.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
And Bamba pulls it down.
And you know, he's got the ability, but the question is that really the best shot you can get?
Certainly not the high percentage look, but we don't know what the game plan is calling for. That might be it.
Drops in the tray. Fournier's got 8 points.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Smitty, so much work done by the players in the offseason. In terms of development, which skills tend to be the easiest to... Here is Skinny. He's got 8. It's Covington on the wing. Levine wide open. And again, no good by Toronto. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Orlando. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points on the court for Orlando. They've got Bamba. Fournier out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Hamilton in at the 4 slot. The dish to Schroeder. Niang, that's good. And now it's a 9-point Magic lead.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. The Magic making a switch here. Chris has checked in.
Skinny!
10 points for Skinny.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Passes it to Chris. Here's Niang. Schroeder outside. Just 4 to shoot. Niang kicks to Chris. Over Levine. And it's Orlando with another.
And this is where Chris does a considerable amount of damage. Feels comfortable taking those interior shots.
The rim
Skinny!
two-handed jam.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it.
Kicks to Schroeder. Trying his luck deep. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
I just thought the defense was porous. Got any shot they wanted, really.
Skinny!
I'll give them credit. Even though they were facing very little resistance, they refused to play down to the level of their competition.
Outside Fournier. Here's Niang. He's got 8. Schroeder with the ball. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Yeah, and even though Bamba's going to have to add muscle, he's strong enough to power that one through the contact.
Toronto trails by 8. Knocked away. Now the pass to Skinny. Six to shoot. Got it. Number
Skinny!
7 for 11 from the floor.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
Overall, it hasn't been pretty for his team, but he has shot the ball well.
And that one, good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Skinny!
Last to finish the layup. Skinny's got 10 points in the quarter.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. And when you look at Evan Fournier, he's just a reliable source for points whenever he's on the floor.
Yeah, and Fournier is a bit of a quiet scorer. He always ends up with a lot of points, but doesn't tend to wow you with any individual plays. Terrific shooter who just makes the most of his touches and his minutes whenever he's on the floor.
Pass to Schroeder. Pass to Chris. The shot missing. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Man, showing some terrific range. 21 points for Skinny.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Here's Schroeder. And there it is for him. And the Magic lead by 5.
He has a wiry frame, but he's stronger than he looks. Schroeder, unafraid of contact, able to complete the play.
Here's Skinny. And there
Skinny!
with another bucket.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
Schroeder outside, passes to Niang. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Niang's got 6 here in this quarter. Here is Skinny. He's guarded by Schroeder. That one.
Skinny!
Magic lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Skinny.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
The momentum is building, scoring in a bunch of ways. That's why his number keeps getting called.
Toronto's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Outside, Levine. And a miss there on the triple.
I'll tell you, the defense dodging a bullet right there. That's his shot.
Back to Fournier. Here's Niang, defended by Covington. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Morris is checked in for Orlando. On the wing, Morris. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
And dangerous in that catch-and-shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
Here is Skinny. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's Fournier. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here is Skinny. He's got 25. And he makes
Skinny!
a mistake on the slam dunk.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
He is not scared of anybody. He knows he can play amongst the big boys, and he showed it.
Bucket is good. Niang's got the lead up to 9 now for the Magic.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Here is Skinny. He's guarded by Schroeder. To the wing right side. Toronto working the ball around now. Here is Skinny. 27 points for him. No good that time. Fournier gets a wide open look. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. And it's a 12-point Magic lead.
He's been so consistent scoring the basketball. It has helped him tack on to this lead.
Toronto calls timeout. Steve, in today's game, it's so important to have a high-level talent who can make a dominating first half of basketball. And so far, hasn't been close. Magic out in front as they end the second quarter on a...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided. Evan Fournier led the way in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
Well, the bench came in and helped them run away with this one. Tremendous job of getting loose.
And that's a wrap.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Skinny having a dominant impact in this game.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, you like to run more doubles at him, but the risk there is opens up things for everybody else.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So the Raptors 5 right now. We've got Robert Covington. Skinny is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Cobb in at the 5 down low. Fournier against Covington. Now here's Fournier. He's tightly guarded. Nice shot there by Bamba.
Smart play there. Well-timed roll to the basket. Bamba's got intelligence off and on the court.
Here's Skinny. And there's
Skinny!
Jam as he slams it right over Bamba.
That is not possible. possible? What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos.
That's his third personal foul.
He kicks it to Schroeder. In the corner, Bamba with it. 6 to shoot. Here's Niang. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7.
He's been locked in all night, and he's taking good shots.
Here's Skinny. There's the
Skinny!
slam.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Here's Niang. Lays it up and banks it in. Niang's got 18 points.
And is it any wonder they're ahead in this game? His perfect night from the field has been the catalyst.
Here is Skinny. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's Skinny. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Bamba's got his 5th rebound in this one.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's two competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose.
There's the pass to Skinny. Orlando grabs the miss. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Yep, that one goes. He's got 9.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
For Toronto, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. From 13, stolen by Bamba. And here they come. And it's Chris in the corner. The three-pointer, no good. Toronto shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Here is Skinny. He's guarded by Schroeder. Kick out to Levine. Good on the triple.
Nice form, the elbow right in line. Zach LaVine has a fantastic-looking shot.
Schroeder outside. Here's Bamba. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 6 assists now in the game. And the Raptors call time here. And for Dennis Schroeder, the German guard, his one major shortcoming, his shot.
Not a great shooter from deep, and it impacts the rest of his game. High usage player the last few years. Hard to see him continue that role if he can't become more efficient from outside.
Here is Skinny. He's guarded by Schroeder. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And checking out the numbers for Covington, some last season stats for him. Averaged 8 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles. Carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
Here's Skinny. Makes it off.
Skinny!
Skinny's got 8 points here in this quarter.
It's amazing. No one can check him right now, but there's still work to do to cut into this lead.
And Levine comes to help. Schroeder kicks to Bamba. The prayer from beyond half court is off the mark. Down low. It's intercepted. Here's Skinny. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And it's Schroeder missing.
Woo, you know that's one he likes to have back. Point blank range, and he missed it.
Covington's shot is off.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
The Magic have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And the Raptors making a change here. Holiday's checked in. Here is Skinny. He has 35. Pass to Cobb. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Here is Skinny. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's Skinny.
Skinny!
To finish it off. A beauty.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
That was just a textbook pick that allowed him room, and he took advantage of it. I like to see that. Taking it up strong in traffic.
From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Skinny's got 40 points. Aston Yang, marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here is Skinny. He's guarded by Schroeder. Kicks to Holiday. Got it. Good job in the low post. Holiday's got his second bucket of the night.
Sharing the basketball. Plenty of guys talk about it, but not everyone does it.
And out of bounds as Toronto gains. Stolen by Thomas. And so in the game for the Magic, Fournier out there with Thomas. Then there's Chris, and it's Hamilton in at the 5 spot.
I tell you what, his accuracy has been the story of this game.
And to do it in the fourth quarter, you're trying to extend the lead.
Skinny!
That happened. You really got to tip your cap to him in terms of how he's played today, even if they end up losing this game.
Got a piece of it. Here's Skinny, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
From deep, Thomas, and it's rebounded by Covington.
Well, he wanted to return the favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
Thomas passes to Hamilton. He lobs it up, and Chris throws it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Toronto calls timeout. And Smitty, if you had to boil it down to a single play in your career, what was your biggest moment?
Kevin, I'm glad you asked that question. I can also get it out there to everybody in the basketball universe. Game 7, Western Conference Final. Shaq fouled me, and they did not call the foul. Shaq fouled me, Kevin. That play still haunts me. I'm still mad.
Really? After all these years?
Yes. And he still lets me know that he didn't foul me, but we got to run the tape. He fouled me.
Right. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. He does not think they're giving him everything. He said they've been faster to us all night. Loose balls, rebounds, everything. We got to wake up. It's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We've got to seize this game. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
The defense a step slow, you can see the results.
Hamilton outside. Thomas kicks to Hamilton. Good, and the
Hamilton
goes to Thomas. Thomas got his 6th assist on the night.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Here is Skinny, covered by Hamilton. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
He hits one, then this is the second attempt from the free throw line.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Thomas, that's good.
And good passing setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key. A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Down low, Stapleton. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Toronto trails by 19. Here is Skinny. Connects.
Skinny!
He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the Orlando Magic. 22 is their biggest lead. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Chris can't hit.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Thomas. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. The Raptors have gotten 7 of their 8 shots to fall here in the fourth. A tremendous offensive outburst.
Skinny!
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Double team on Thomas. Down low. And Chris throws it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Here is Skinny, covered by Hamilton. Here's Skinny. He's off on that one. Hamilton with some nice D. The Magic leading by 16. Pass to Thomas. Three-pointer. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Yeah, what a quarter for him. Firing on all cylinders, putting this team in a good place.
Here's Skinny. Yes.
Skinny!
Make that 61 point.
Yep, everything is going his way right now.
Oh, here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Smitty, every so often we'll hear about a team holding a players-only meeting. You've been there, I'm sure. You've gone through that. What exactly goes on in those discussions?
You know, Kevin, when you hear players-only meeting, something's going wrong with the team. Right. And obviously, we meet all the time, but when there's specific, in quotation, a players-only meeting, that's a lot of things are going wrong with the team, with individuals, with the coaches or general managers. They are trying to find a way to hash it out, and those are never good.
It's stolen by Morris. That's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. Morris against Levine. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And when he's aggressive, watch out. Morris finishing through the contact, now going to the line to try and add one more.
Smitty, you're looking around the league right now. Certain players extremely smart. Which guys do you think will make the transition?
Skinny!
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? My goodness. To the inside. Magic moving the ball around. Here's Chris. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Chris has got 6 here in this quarter.
And once he sets up that low, you really have to work to root him off the block.
Yeah, he has the grit to dig in and the skill to counter if you try to get physical with him.
To the inside.
Delivering these passes in tight quarters, that's tricky.
Magic leading by 18. Knocked loose. From deep. That shot no good. And Orlando will come the other way.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And he gets the bucket. And for the Raptors, their shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Buries it from three-point range.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
And the foul on Skinny. That will be foul number 5 on him.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
The Magic making a switch here. Niang's checked in. That's tipped. Here is Skinny. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Chris has got 5 rebounds tonight. Inside, here's Fournier. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And that game against the Hawks, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge. Even though they expect to come out on top, this could probably be a pick-em game, depending on how they play.
From deep three-point range, and Bamba pulls it down. The Magic leading by 19. Fournier finds Chris. Here's Niang. And he gets it to go. Niang's got 12 points in just the second half.
This is what your spacing is designed to do. Find cracks in the defense.
Here's Skinny. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, we know a lot of NBA players take how they've been rated in a video game, Steve, personally. You've made digital appearances during your career. Did you ever have any issues with the ratings?
No, I didn't. And I think now these players that grew up in this generation with video games, so yes, they take it personally. They understand,
Yes,
and they're playing these games while they're in the NBA. So a lot of them, just like when the media is all over them, they want to have a say-so on how good they are, even in a video game.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
It's led to a big lead. Credit the leadership on this team. They've kept everyone focused on what matters.
And the foul on Skinny. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This one was over. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Dave.